A hot topic in the United States is the liability of a gun control. Over 41,000 people died due to gun violence throughout this year. While taking a class in public health, these numbers were revealed to me, which sparked my interest to dig deeper into gun violence. There are around 620 mass shootings this year. These shootings were not subject to a certain atmosphere or location. So our children and our families are in danger while at school or even at the local market due to the accessibility of a weapon. Together, we can help fight the access people have to weapons of deadly force by creating restrictions and guidelines in all states. The issue with gun control is how it is so drastically different in each state, with some states allowing guns to be accessible without background checks. States like Missouri and Texas, to name just two, have no waiting period on when you can purchase a weapon. Also, sales that happen throughout things such as gun shows or events usually do not require a background check when purchasing a weapon. This is a huge problem within our borders, and if people are able to have access to such deadly weapons without the necessary checkpoints to get them. Referring back to Texas, the state also is open carry of any weapon class, meaning I could walk around parts of the state that are not restricted with the weapon around my back. With states having laws that protect weaponry so much, it shows how violence is what they think is the only answer to ending this gun crisis. Laws like these put our country back a step in stopping this gun violence. Statistics given by Statista.com show that handguns are the leading weapons used in mass shootings across the United States. However, 4 of the 5 deadliest shootings in America were when the shooter was using an automatic assault rifle. The source goes on to say that the numbers of assault rifles is also way too low due to the fact that multiple assault rifles were used in most of these deadly shootings, including the one in Las Vegas. We see the problem and we know we have to do something to fix it, but before we can fix it, we have to know what is causing it. Just like I stated earlier, the cause comes from having states decide how gun control is handled within their states. Different states decide how they control their guns. Gun violence and mass shootings happen with a weapon that is usually legally purchased. A lot of factors go into how violence happens, and most of it points to the ease of access that these people have to these deadly weapons. Shooters are able to go and purchase a weapon without showing proof of a firearm card or anything else that the state requires. This can lead to legally bought weapons being used to open fire in public places. This is one of the main causes behind gun violence across the United States. Luckily, there is a solution to this problem, and honestly, if we work together, lawmakers can accomplish this. The solution to the issue of gun violence has 3 main objectives. Objective 1 would be having federal background checks required in every single state. This would benefit everyone by making sure the right people have access to weaponry that they use. There would be no leeway for this at all. Gun events and gun shows would most likely not be able to sell weapons unless they send it through a background check first. A complete overhaul of the background system would allow each state to have access to federal accessible checks. This would create a system that would communicate with each other and allow states to view backgrounds from across the nation, making sure that somebody in one state can't buy a gun easier than the next, taking all that the states require and putting it into one federal law. Objective 2 would be to raise the age required to get a gun from 18 to 21. Raising the age would also make sure people are mentally and physically ready to wield a weapon legally. Take alcohol, for example. We have to be 21 to get alcohol and make sure you're liable for what happens when taking it. Why would we not make sure adults and new adults are mentally ready to handle a deadly weapon? Objective 3 would be the hardest of them all. This would be to ban all assault weapons from personal purchase. This is one of the most controversial ones to date. Banning high magazine weapons would take away the chance of a shooter firing multiple rounds at high capacity. Would this get all of them off the streets? The short answer to that is no. But it would benefit us so greatly by not giving shooters the choice of choosing a deadly weapon that holds lots of ammo and, in all honesty, is made for war. In conclusion, gun violence is a huge thing in America. With gun control being so controversial, there is a long journey ahead of those that are pushing for change. It is a problem that can be taken care of if we work together and really push hard for it. Together, we can help fight the access people have to weapons of deadly force by creating restrictions and guidelines in all states. The lives of those we love are so precious to us. We do not want to be the next in losing one of them in gun violence that is preventable. Let's fight together and end the problem of gun violence and mass shootings in the United States. No other country truly faces anything like this. So why are we still stuck here in the same place, losing valuable lives? Thank you.